Uh-oh. Did Grandma make it stop working? Bring it to Grandma. Alexa, play.
What do you want me to play? So.
Light playlist from Apple Music.
Sorry, I'm not sure how to help you with that.
Alexa, play Candle playlist from Apple Music. Not this Alexa. Good Lord. Greetings, everybody. Greetings. Uh-oh. Bless the baby. Let me see what I can do here. I've got a whole menagerie of stuff sitting in front of me. And I'm actually just waking up. And I wanted to come on here this morning first thing because last night I meant to go live and I downloaded this amazing idea. And last night I was supposed to go live because Thursdays are money days, right? So I wanted to show how I set my intentions, how I do a lot of candle work, but how I use the codes and all of those things on Thursdays to really amplify the increase in money. That did not work out. Needless to say. So I'm here right now so I can you move this down because this is loud. Can you guys hear me okay, or are you guys listening to the trolls versus me? So I want to show you regardless. So no, it's not the money day, it's Venus day. And I'm going to come on later this afternoon and show you my Venus day work and meditation and things like that. But I'm going to show you the money work that I typically do Thursdays. Now you do money work on Thursdays. The best time is between 6 and 9 p.m. for wherever you are. So between 6 and 9 on Thursdays is typically when you do money work. Right now I'm creating an offer in Goddess University because I got this download yesterday and I thought I was going to share it, launch it, implement it last night, but you know, life happens and I just want to do an offer here. Create the offer. Okay. How's everybody doing today? 1 year. Hey. You guys are not very talkative. How's everybody doing? If you have questions that you want me to get back to, please put them in the chat. They can be about, manifesting, magic work, healing, energy healing, goddess codes, whatever those things are. I'm going to create this so that it's live, and then I'm going to go into showing you guys. I'm going to go into showing you guys the money work that I normally do on Thursday. I'm going to share what the new offer is and answer any questions, and I'm going to jump off and come back in the afternoon. So how many of you guys do money work, candle work, manifesting rituals? You want to eat this? Do you guys, anybody in here familiar with that? Does that type of work? Do you? She's gonna eat my last bar. And these are so good. These are organic, vegan, like gluten-free cherry bars that I have when I don't have like a regular breakfast. And of course she's gonna eat it. So 1 year.
Hey!
What? Where from? I get these off of Amazon, actually. Hi. Let me try to show you the wrapper.
Hey! What?
This brand right here. Um, they're delicious. They have other ones like cacao and blueberry and stuff that I don't like, but this one is my absolute favorite. So anyway, I'm gonna show you guys. I'm gonna type this up. I mostly manifest with the help of intuitive material work. Okay. Do you do work on Thursdays? Since Thursday is the spiritual money day. So this gives you everything. She's so precious. I receive being a good mom, but this is my granddaughter. This is my granddaughter. What? She's 4 of 5 grandchildren. So I have 8 children. All but 2 are adults and moved away. And this happens to be my only grandchild that lives with me, that I take care of. So, but thank you very much. Okay, so let me see, you get full. Good matching. Okay, so I don't know why I didn't pull everything. One time, and I forgot that this thing does this. There we go. So now let me fix it over here, and then I can get started. Right under the hero. Okay, so I was very impressed with your energy lock method. Thank you so much. Something I learned a long time ago when I first started realizing that I was an empath, and learned it about 20, about 20 years ago. Okay, so I'm just making sure I didn't miss any comments. Okay, so now my offer is alive, and I'm going to show you what I'm doing here today. So there's 2 reasons. Okay. Is the movie over? The 2 reasons that, how about word party? I came on especially before work. I don't know what you mean. You said especially before work. Oh, my favorite. I use it daily. Okay. Especially before work. Yeah, I mean, I use it before everything. I mean, even when my family comes over, even when my children come over, like listen, when my kids leave, I clear my energy, I relock, I sage the house, let the doors open. People tend to be very, very comfortable in my space. And even if I adore them and there's no negative exchange, I still clear my energy, lock my energy, just because unintentionally, right? If you get really relaxed, you release. And people come over here and don't ever, I have a rubber band, don't ever want to leave, and they stay for like really long times. And yeah. Hey Simone, how you doing? I recognize that name. So I meant to come on here last night and show you guys the money work that I do, and to share an offer. So I got this download, and I was really thinking yesterday, like, how can I help more people? How can I not just help more people, but also fine tune what I'm doing so it's easy to understand and easy to access. And so the download that I got was to create or a container where a group of people can come together for very low amount of investment and stay with me for a year, but have access to absolutely every class, every program, everything that I have ever created that I want to share. Why? Because then in exchange, because it would be so significantly reduced, I would get exclusive feedback from you. So if it works really great and it's easy to use or it's easy to understand, then great, everybody else gets to use it, right? So this group of people would have access first. And then if it is convoluted, or even because I'm building this app and I'm finding that there's some glitches in the app, right? So this group would have access to everything. And if it's not easy to access, say hi. If it's not easy to access or understand or to follow, initially I had a lot of people that were having difficulties getting into the app and such, right? So if I had this group in place, we would have worked through these kinks beforehand. Nothing was like so significant that people were outraged, but I want people to have a really smooth, easy experience getting to information, learning to heal themselves, protect themselves, grow, and get educated, at least in the areas that I have information in which I could share. So, you want some blueberries? So, this program is now available. Right now, Goddess membership is like discounted. It's on sale through the summer at like $44, I think, a month. But what I'm doing is allowing access to Goddess University and all the content that's in there, even content that will be developed and added throughout the year that is not included. It's on the app, but not included in university. But access to everything that exists now, everything that is coming for a full year for $111. And for every 5 people that join, I'm going to gift a membership to someone who can't afford it. So we'll end up with, and the space is limited. So I'm only going to do 30 people. I picked the number of 30 people because life happens, and sometimes people are not able to go through the material or give me the feedback that I need because of different things going on in their lives at different times. So basically you get access to everything, including me, in a private chat on a regular for a year for $111. Well, on the app it's like $109.99. And then I'll gift like 5 memberships as well to people who probably are coming from Goddess Life Ministries who don't have the funds at all to pay for it. So that's the offer. It's on the app right now. I am limiting it to 30 people, and then I'm going to close it off because I'm doing that in exchange for the feedback, in exchange for the fine tuning of the lessons, the materials, how they're presented, all of those things. So if you're interested, it's there when you click on Goddess University. So, and then if you're on my email list, you'll be getting that there too, and I'll be doing other posts to kind of show all the stuff that you'll have access to. So, I'm ripping edges. So usually on Thursdays, I do money work, right? What's the app name again? It's Goddess University. So if you just go to the link tree and scroll down and click on join Goddess University, when you get in there, you'll see it'll be the first offer. right? But that's also where like you buy the Sacred Shield program if you're interested in just learning the details and locking your energy. If you wanted a copy of the Goddess Code book, it's there. All of that is in Goddess University. So on Thursdays, I typically do money work. So life happens, and today I'm doing money work. So I'm doing it, and I do this every Thursday. Typically, Monday through Sunday, I do some form of prosperity work based on the day and what's going on and what the need is. Sometimes there's no need. Sometimes, I just give thanks for what exists. And of course, when you are thankful for what you have and what you focus on expands, you get more. But I set the intention and I focus my energy into being grateful for what I have. Yesterday, the energy was kind of heavy late in the day, and I was just tired. So when you are trying to manifest, and when you are, which one is the, I don't see what that says. So there's one that is for if you're talking about the monthly one, is there, that's like the $44, but for the year, it's $111 for 12 months with full access to everything, and you get access to special training with me because the exchange is feedback on all of the courses. But I'm going to be, I think the number 5 came from, I'm going to be giving out 5 memberships when we're done with all the entry and the class is full. And more than likely, those are going to come through Goddess Life Ministries. So when you're tired, when your energy is low, that's not really the time to do work for, say, prosperity, because that's the focus for today, right? So that's not really the time to do the work for prosperity. It is better to do work to clean your energy. It's better to do the work to lift your spirit. It's better to do the work to do those things to bring you to a higher vibration than it is to try to manifest something, bring in more money, whatever. When your energy is elevated, right, and you're at a higher frequency, then that's when you want to do your money manifestation for whatever it is, that work. So I typically I don't always do 7-day candles. I tend to do 3-day candles because it is effective for my lifestyle. That's the other thing. Do what works for your lifestyle. If you are not home a lot, work with tea light candles or chime candles, and I'm talking about candle work today because I'm a fire sign. I burn absolutely everything. But you don't have to necessarily even use fire. You can also use an LED light, okay? Don't be stopped by the circumstance if you're in a place where you really can't leave candles burning. And I do 3 days because I do leave my candles burning even if I'm not here, but I have a specific space for that. But for 3 days, somebody is usually here, or we're gone for very short periods of time. So we have a lot of in and out going on with my, even with the younger kids. So it's safe. Also, if you're going to do a 3-day or a 7-day and there's not going to be anybody home and you're worried, then put your candle out when you're not home, when you're leaving. And then when you come in, relight the candle. And actually, it's a really good practice because it refocuses you, right, towards your intention. So it's not a bad idea, even if, leaving a candle burning is not an issue. But when you have candles, one of the things that I realized a lot of people didn't know is that you need to connect with what you're working with. So when I receive all my candles, I baptize the candles completely before I put them on the shelf, because I make candles. All of the candles that I sell are cocktail candles. So before they're even in my workspace, they get completely cleansed from shipment and people touching and all that kind of stuff. So you want to cleanse the candle. When I say baptize, I baptize them in water. It has water, a little bit of cleanser. I put cascarilla in there, my Florida water, and if the candles are for something very specific, I may even put some oil regarding that, corresponding with whatever those candles are specifically for. Okay. So once they're clean, you can also clean them with smoke, salt. You can put them in the sun to cleanse, like however it is that you want to cleanse. But once they're cleansed, you want to connect with the candle, right? And so the way that I do that is I rub my candles down one side and then down the other, right? So that I'm connected. It is carrying my particular frequency. So that even if I miss something in my explanation, this now has my frequency and understands, because everything is a transfer. It understands what I'm doing. It understands what I'm trying to do. It's understanding my desire, etc. And then at that point, you can start to dress your candle. So I have, these are like shish kebab spears. I used to use a knife, but sometimes it just made the holes weird, or it fucked up the inside and all that good stuff. So I always make some holes because I use oil, and I want them to, I want the oil to kind of seep down. I use a pencil. Yeah. I have a lot of pencils, but since I started using, once I learned that like a pencil is really an excellent wand because of the materials that it's made for, I was like, oh no, I cannot stick my pencil in here. It's going to affect me writing. Which is, and so now I write my petitions typically in pencil. It's either pencil or it's Sharpie. I used to do a lot of like color corresponding, right? So I just made holes in the candles. And so today I'm doing 2 candles. You okay? One is for something more immediate. The other is long term. Something that is not necessarily in the next couple of weeks. So something more like 30 days. And then something that is within this week's cycle, because I'm doing the work on a Thursday, or should have been on a Thursday, to see results the following Thursday. So with money, you can use all kinds of stuff. I'm gonna have to go get my oil. I'm using my new iconic oil today. That's like, I'm using it on everything. And I'm going to step away and actually go get it, because I anoint my hands before I start really getting into my work. Yes, it leaves the outside of the glass oily as well. Sometimes I put oil on the outside of the glass, but I do anoint my hands before I start. And then I pick my herbs. So typically for money, I use like allspice, pumpkin. I use basil. I use rose for everything. Rose is a master herb and can be substituted for good day. Can be substituted. Rose can be substituted for any herb that you do not have. So rose is a master herb, like quartz is a master crystal, right? So you can, if you don't have something, you can use roses. So I use roses for everything. I use fenugreek, flax seeds. I don't typically set, you can use a Rose of Jericho. I don't set Rose of Jerichos on Thursdays because I have them in the house as like part of my house plants, right? But if you wanted to, you could use a Rose of Jericho. And you could use, crush the leaves, bay leaves. So yes, you can use bay leaves, you can use chamomile, lemongrass. If you're going to use oils, Like if you don't have like a money oil specifically, or the iconic oil that I'm going to be using, you can use olive oil. Olive oil has the energy of prosperity. You can use vanilla, um, patchouli, sweet orange. Thank you so much. Some sweet orange, some primrose. Those things are all things that you can use in preparing. The cinnamon and the ginger, if you add that to your money working, it helps to speed it up. I mean, cinnamon attracts money regardless, but that ginger will speed up. Um, ginger will speed the process up. So I'm going to grab my oil, and then I'm going to put my ingredients in. I'm using, I don't know if you guys can see. I love ginger. You probably can't see, but I've got my stuff set up here. And so that's where I'm going to be working. And I'm going to take out the herbs, and I'm actually going to activate my herbs, but I'm going to pull back from the screen because last time I talked about any kind of smoke, I got banned and it was such a good live. So, and I'll explain why I use the smoke in just a minute, if I can like not moon you guys while I go grab my oil. Okay. So, it's your favorite herb? Oh yeah. I love it because it makes everything kind of hot and spicy without really being hot and spicy. I don't even know how it does that. So, so when I work with any herb, right, they're sort of dormant. And every herb has multiple uses. So when you are doing money work, any type of work, you want to activate your herbs, and you want to let the herbs know, like, this is your purpose here today, right? Because like I said, roses are a master herb. So if you put it in there and you're putting it in your blend of whatever it is, and you don't tell it what it's supposed to be doing, how is it supposed to know the results that you're expecting from it? Because it is still energy. It still has an energetic field. So you want to call from it what it is that you specifically need from it. So the way I activate it is to, I blow smoke onto the herbs, and then I whisper to it its purpose in this mixture. So now they're activated and they have purpose and your intention, right? There we go. It's like my pen is acting crazy. And I'm not really a smoker. Only when I am doing things for work. Which is like every day. So maybe I kind of am. But where do you get your herbs? So I get it from, depending on the herbs, I get them from different farms. If I can find, so I have some farmers that are not necessarily where I am, but local, not far. So Delaware. If I have an issue like sourcing something, then I will go to like, what is the name of the company? I'll think of the name of the company online. If I, hey, I'll think of the name. It'll come to me. But for the most part, I try to go to like small farmers. Some of the herbs that I use, I grow myself. I do sell some of the herbs because I do get them in such large quantities, which you can find on my Lux and Light Apothecary website. Also, today I'm using basil. Basil, it offers a level of protection and attraction. so that where my money in this case is coming from is a protected source. Because, you know, there's been times like you can really set your intentions and be very, very clear and get what you want, but your clarity is about what you want, which is a small picture, right? So the bigger picture is really, you don't want to owe anybody. You don't want any negative consequences. You may not necessarily want a family member to pass away for you to get what it is that you want. Those types of things. So you may not want someone to gift it to you in a way where they then treat you like you owe them, right? And some of these you can get like the pumpkin pie spice, you know, it's from the grocery store. Everything else, like I'm gonna put some honey in here, some powdered honey, and when will I hang my flowers? I had to order a ladder, one of those ladders that like do the weird things because I have these vaulted ceilings. So I'm hoping to have my flowers hung by sometime next month, because I'm actually going to be in Miami for a week. So I'm kind of prepping for that, and I'm hoping that I have some amazing people in this program that are going to start working with me, because I want to do that, get that started. Powder honey. And if you don't, use any kind of smoke, you can use incense to activate your herbs too, if you want to. That's better than actual. Yes, absolutely. So these things, I don't have a lot of ingredients. I still go through the process and spend the time with the mortar and pestle. And the reason is way more ritualistic, because it helps me focus, right? The grinding helps me focus while I'm looking at it. And it's part of that process. If it doesn't do that for you, you can activate your herbs and just put them directly into the candles. Hey sis, how you doing? Because remember, in manifesting and in magic, like it's you. You are the key to everything. This is all about you and your energy and your frequency. So everything else is an addition. Everything else adds to it. So you can do this candle I'm doing right now. You could do this on a Monday, a Sunday, a Thursday. It doesn't really matter. And you can get the same results, right? Because it is you. Now, when you do it on a Thursday, that helps because that's already a day that carries the frequency of money. When you add herbs that carry frequencies of abundance, financial prosperity, things like that, that adds to it. When you use oils that have the frequency of money, that adds to it. It helps your focus. But the main element is you. One of the biggest questions I've had on YouTube, and when I was doing classes before, I answered on YouTube, was how long does it take a spell to work? Whether it's a spell or whether it's manifesting, the length of time is always about you. Even when I read a candle, right, and I can see like it's going to take a time increment of 8, whether that's 8 weeks, 8 days, 8 months. That part I get intuitively, but I can see the rings of 8. But here's the thing, nothing is set in stone. So even if you have the time lapse of 8, you can collapse the time because of you and the work that you do and the energy. You can adjust your vibration, and instead of 8 days, you can get it in 4 days or 3 days. Is it true that cinnamon can help your work? Yes, cinnamon and ginger Cinnamon and ginger speed up all of your workings.
What?
What? So, you are the altar, you are the work, you are the magic, you are, and coffee as well, that's right. You are everything. You are literally the walking altar, you're the walking manifestation. Everything comes from you. The practice and using things like coffee and ginger, and it's really about your alignment, because you can literally be vibrating at a frequency of none of this shit matters, nothing is ever going to help me, and it doesn't matter how many candles you light. Yeah, it doesn't matter. If you don't believe it, then you're right. Whatever you believe, you are right. 100% all the time. You have to have some level of belief in what you're doing. Now, you can say, I don't really know if this is going to work, but I'm open to it, and still get amazing results. Because you're open. But if you don't believe, you shut yourself down. So you're not open to the energy of miracles. You're not open to being shown, to being guided, and you cut your work off. And again, sometimes we simply we cut ourselves off because I lost my train of thought. If you're open to your work, sometimes what we want requires more work than we're trying to do. Right? So, say somebody is trying to manifest a house. My nose is itching like crazy. Say somebody is trying to manifest a house, but their finances aren't in order, or their spirit is not in order, or they need a new job and stuff like that. Then you need to do the work, like discover what are your blocks to getting what you want. It doesn't stop you from setting this intention, even if you do it all at the same time. But sometimes they're like, hey, I need $1,000 or I need $5,000, and they want to light this one candle and be like $5,000 is going to come, and they want to do it because it worked for somebody else. Like literally yesterday, day before, I was on a live and somebody hopped on and she said, I got your goddess codes and I manifested, I was using just the goddess codes and I made an extra $2,000 2 weeks in a row. And so she was joining the program, right? So somebody else may say, well, I had the goddess codes and I didn't manifest $2,000. But what are your blocks? Did you use the codes to address the issues and the belief system that stops you from being able to vibrate at that frequency? That's the work you have to do first. So if you're doing candle work, then maybe you need to protect your energy because you've got energy vampires. You need to physically protect your energy so that you can vibrate at a higher level. You need to deal with your mindset around the fact that things can happen in a day, right? There is a such thing as instant manifestations, and get into that energy. And so as you're lighting and focusing and doing the work, eventually you get around and all of these candles are lit, and then you can light the one that says, okay, now I need this $2,000, and it all happens. So sometimes that one candle, that one thing is not going to give you everything that you're looking for. This is not manifesting, magic, any of those things. It's not, TV hocus pocus. Granted, like I said, if you're open, you can receive instantly because you're not holding on to your, negative thoughts, disbeliefs, things like that. So it can definitely happen for you. If you know you have blocks, if you feel you have blocks, if you haven't done, what do you want me to do with this, mama? If you haven't done the work and you know you have it, do some of the work first. Like it's not, charmed where you just abracadabra And it can be charmed, but you have to do the work. And if you even watch that show, like, they had to learn. They went back to the book plenty of times, over and over again, when new things came up and there was stuff that they didn't know, right? Even though they had, and there were times when they lost their powers because of how they were moving, decisions they were making, like all of that. And I get pretty messy in what I'm doing. But the other thing is, I don't think I'm going to write it out this time. I'm going to tear it out. Your book has all the codes. Yeah, it does. And I'm actually, the print version's going to have about 500 more codes that are very specific, mostly to health, healing, mental health, things like that. Psalms 23 verse 112 is really good to add to your Thursday work, right? Your money work. You can write it on your petition. You don't have to necessarily use a petition. The codes that I would use for this working would be like instant attraction, money attraction, which is $8.97, right? Increasing. Can you use the Bible if you aren't Christian? Absolutely. The whole book of Psalms is a book of spells, so it's really not about the religion. It is about the information. So whatever you believe religiously is not really, they're not really one and the same. So as a spiritual person, you use what works for you. You use the knowledge to your benefit. All knowledge, regardless of where it came from. Because truth is truth, right? High vibration is high vibration. So, is high vibration. So, see me now? Well, now it's probably like all... Hi. Okay. Now it's probably like all blurry. Hold on a second, because I had my greasy hands all over it. As you can see, like I'm oiled down and covered with. So anyway, I was sharing. Sorry about that. My doorbell, the ring, it took over. Okay, the ring alarm took over the the live. So the code to attract money is $8.97, and I was saying yes, you can use the Bible, Book of David, the Book of Psalms, all spells. So you can use the code 897 because that is about instant attraction. If you need to increase your ability to earn, you can use the number is 374-685812. If you need quick money, it's 579-38712. If you need to solve a problem quickly in your work or just in your life, the code is 741. And if you need to also attract money as soon as possible, you can use 98-6115. 741 is for solving problems, for getting instant solutions. So if you're doing work because like you are having a situation, you need to move, you need money now, those things, use 741 in your working. Write 741 on your risk. If you have the Goddess Code book, it tells you all the other ways to use the codes. Where are these codes? So these codes are in the book Goddess Codes. If you go to the link in my bio and go to either the Money Goddess shop or the Goddess University and scroll through, you'll see right now it is in PDF. It's a digital download that you get immediately, but the book will be available in print at the end of the month. How did you come up with these numbers? So I did not come up with these numbers. These numbers were channeled by a Russian scientist decades ago, and his name is Grabovoi. So they are channeled Grabovoi numbers. I call them goddess codes for a couple of reasons. The main reason is that Grabovoi was not the only person who, yes, thank you. Grabovoi is not the only person who has channeled codes, and a lot of the codes that we do have. So what happened was he was channeling these codes, and then people were using them, and then they realized that the frequency of the codes were actually healing people, right? And his codes were mostly about healing the body. But he wasn't the only person. And what they found is that as someone in their feminine energy, right? Because feminine energy is an attraction and a receiving energy. When you tap into and work from a place of your feminine energy, the numbers and the frequency of that number seems to give way more instant results, right? They seem to work very, very well and resonate with feminine energy. So in the book, you have a couple of pages that guide you through different types of ways that you can use this code, but also by doing those things, it raises your feminine frequency, and then you have the codes in your life. So like I have codes on my water, I use codes in my magic work, I put codes on my body. Sometimes they work without even knowing. So if you have even a visiting goddess membership over at Goddess University, I put all of my lives from TikTok, the replays there, for you to access for free. And my first couple of lives, I was like, I can't see. And when I was listening to the replay, I was like, stupid, if you can't see, use the fucking code, right? Where on your body do you put the codes for money? So I typically put them on my wrist, right? If you feel like you have a block someplace, you can actually, so a lot of people, when they talk about money, they feel it in your stomach because they say like stomach has like its own brain. It's a separate brain, right? So you could write it across your stomach. Hey, baby. No, see if she wants a banana. She's going to call it an apple, but it's a banana that she wants. What was I saying? So you can put them anywhere, right? I definitely have a block for that. Yeah. So if you feel the block, like your stomach turns, put it there. So I was saying about my eyes. I was like, you need to do a whole series where you get your eye exam and you start using the eye codes, and then get your eye exam again and see, so that you could show proof of the goddess codes working. In the meantime, I pull the codes for eyes. I figure out what my stigmatism is, because there are codes specific for your type of eye sight issues. And I put the code on a couple of water bottles, and then I got busy. I did another live, and like right now, I don't have the comments big, but I can see just fine. I'm not having any issues reading the comments, which is so wild. And I was like, oh, I feel like I missed the opportunity. So then I started with, I would use the codes for my teeth, because I never used the codes, for my teeth. So I lost, this tooth was a cracked tooth in the front, and I was scheduled to get a crown. And it was football season, so like I was really busy, and I had 2 boys in football at the time. And the tooth cracked. I was scheduled for a crown. The boys were late, and we were getting equipment, and I got hit in the mouth, not super hard, but my mouth was open. So I got hit in the mouth with the helmet, and it shattered this tooth. And so initially, I used it as you have weight loss codes in your book, and yes. So I shattered the tooth, and then I use it as an opportunity to work through my own insecurities and getting to a place where I could show up. Like, what I look like doesn't matter, right? It's the message. And I needed to prove that to myself at that time in my life, which was just like a year and a half ago. But I wanted to know that. I wanted that confirmation. And so I just had to work through my own insecurities, and I kept showing up. And now sometimes if I laugh really like loud, or if the camera's at a certain way, I feel like I look like I have one of those big white pieces of like square gum in my mouth, and I laugh at myself. But it didn't stop me from showing up, and I worked through that. So now I was like, okay, I guess I need to go ahead and make the appointment, to get my tooth fixed. And I thought I would use the codes. So I used the codes, and they definitely, when I went to get checked and we're prepping for the tooth replacement because of the way that it broke, I'm gonna have to get a whole fake tooth there. So they were like, your gums are great, all of this stuff is great. So anyway, so the codes work, and they work really, really quickly. They kind of work like, if you're familiar with flower essences, I mix a lot of those in my herbal tinctures, because they work on your energetic body. They work on your feet, your personal biosphere. It resyncs you to the vibration of those numbers and those codes, and everything is made up of numbers and energy. Energy is numbers, like everything equates to a number. So when you're working with these codes, they change you. They change your makeup completely, and you're able to vibrate from a place that allows you, right, to make the change. It almost feels like quantum jumping at times. So I definitely recommend them. These codes, I'll read them again, that you can use. And hopefully, if you want the information that I shared about like what to use for money work, typically the best time to do money work, I don't know if I said that, is on Thursdays between like 6 and 9 p.m. wherever you are, your local time. So I'm going to repeat the codes, and then I'm going to jump off of here. I'll be back. What is the name of the scientist who channeled the codes? Grabavoy. His name is Grabavoy. So if you look up Grabavoy numbers, you can find a lot of the basic codes. However, a lot of those codes are not available. All of his numbers are in my book. My book has some codes that are not easily able to find, readily available. I have some codes that were channeled from other scientists, as well as some feminine energy codes, and some codes from other texts, right? So there's over 400 codes in the book. And I show you how to activate the code, right? You want to activate your codes, and there's people out here who will tell you, what's the time again? Between 6 and 9 p.m. your time. So whatever time zone you're in. Thank you so much. Let me know how you like the book. If you can't find something, send me a message here on TikTok. Okay? Can you email the ebook? I can. Send me your, if you send me a message with your email so that I can match it up with the order. Send me, are you trying to do it to your phone or on your computer? Yeah, if you message me here on TikTok. Send me your email, and then, okay, so that might be the issue. Some people do have issues with their phones, and I'm not phone savvy enough to explain how to fix that, but send me a message here on TikTok, and I'll match that email with your order, and I will email you the book in like the next 30 minutes. It's in your link. Yes. So if you go to my link tree and look under Goddess University, it's going to open to a page of like different offers, and then you can, let me see here. You can go down to where it'll show Goddess Codes. It'll show the book when you get to Goddess University. Okay, so I just followed you back. So now you should be able to send me a message. All right. Okay, so let me know if you can send the message. I don't want to get off without you being able to. Okay, great. So, okay. So I'm going to read these codes. Again, for instant anything, you can use 741. If you need to attract money fast, you can use 897. If you need to increase your ability to learn, it's 374685812. And for really quick manifestations, you can use 579-38712. So, and the replay for this will be in Goddess University. If you sign up and get a Visiting Goddess membership, you can access all the lives. You can access some meditations and some other resources that I've talked about in my other lives. They're all available in the Visiting Goddess membership, which is completely free. So thank you guys for joining. I'll be back later to talk about be back to later to talk about Venus Day and doing some self-love work. And just as a reminder, if you go to Goddess University, you can get a 1-year membership for the first 30 women. Everyone to access, understand, learn from, expand from, and all of that great stuff. So I will see you guys later. Thank you so